afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. And for today, I'm going to discuss about corals and sea animals. So first, nakakuha na siguro mo kung sa ang corals?
Yes.
Then, yung sea animal retreat. Sige. Okay, what is corals and sea animals? Corals are invertebrate animals belong to the large group of colorful and fascinating animals called Cnidaria. While sea anemones are predatory animals, marine animals belong to the invertebrate phylum Cnidaria. So, can you see corals and sea anemones they are both invertebrate animals and they belong to the class Anthozoa. And based on my research, coral and sea anemone are one filter feeders. Two types of corals. There are two types of corals. First is hard corals and second is soft corals. First is hard corals that refers hard corals, also known as stony corals, produce a rock-like skeleton made of calcium carbonate. So hard corals that forms reef are called hermatic corals. Then corals that do not contribute to coral reef development called hermatic corals. Then second is soft corals are soft and bendable. They do not have stony skeletons and do not form reefs. Characteristics of corals. Corals use their tentacles or arms to sting and capture plankton that drift by the ocean current. So corals have tentacles nga ilang gamiton to capture food for their food and then one pa din sila sa mga predators gamiton nila. Then sea anemones are named after symbol flowers, but they actually invertebrates related to corals and jellies. Their body consists of a soft, cylindrical top by an oral bit surrounded with venomous tentacles. So what is sea anemones? Ang iyang tentacles are kanang venom that kanang makakuan sa ilahang kanang pagpanon na prey. Ecology of corals and sea anemones. Sea anemones have important role in marine ecosystem. They are predatory animals that prey on free-living organisms like crustaceans, mollusks, and fish, thus acting as link between the pelagic and benthic ecosystem. While shallow water or free-floating corals have a symbiotic relationship which live in the tissues. Symbiotic relationship with photosynthetic algae called zooxanthellae which live in their tissues. So, makapakutan mo, what? Kaya nga namang colorful corals.
Zooxanthellae.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. So, nga, colorful ang corals because of the microscopic algae nga present sa ilang tissues. Mo nang name kanang zooxanthellae. Mo nang ang algae name zooxanthellae. Corals can be found throughout the world's ocean in both shallow and deep water. However, the reef-building corals rely on the symbiotic relationship with algae in shallow, clear water, allow light penetration for photosynthesis. So, si corals need din siya o kanang sunlight for para makuha kita ang photosynthesis. Animals are found worldwide in all marine habitats. There are classification of sea animal, kingdom Animalia, phylum Cnidaria, class Anthozoa, subclass Hexacorallia, order Actiniaria, suborder Endophylantae, Niantae, Protantae, Lycodontae, and for this is families are known. And this is the taxonomy of corals, kingdom Eukaryota, phylum Cnidaria, class Anthozoa, and under the Hylodoria, class Hydozoa, class Cytozoa, class Protozoa, class Anthozoa. Genera Anthozoa characteristics. There are many subclasses and order with varying characteristics under the class Anthozoa, including order Pyrantia or stony corals, stony or reef building corals from a skeleton made of calcium carbonate under the polyp to create a hard structure, and most people recognize as corals. Then kani si subclass octocorals. Kani kay soft corals are always colonial and grow with eightfold symmetry, which means their tentacles comes in a group of 8. Hence the name is octocorals. Kay octocorals is 8 man, kaya octo. Then next is order Corallimorpharia, anemone corals or mushroom corals. Gamurang to siya mushroom corals. Members of these corals are sometimes called anemone coral or mushroom corals because they resemble anemone more closely than other types of corals due to their large, flat, disc-like shape and short tentacles. Then, order Zoantharia or Zoanthids. Zoanthids have long, prominent tentacles arranged in 2 rows. Unlike stony and soft corals, Zoanthids incorporate sand and other substrate into their colonies for structure. Next is order Actineria or anemones. Larger anemones tend to be solitary, while small species may use asexual reproduction to propagate and live in a large concentrations which there is suitable habitat. Then last is subclass Syriantharia, tube-dwelling animals rather. This subclass looks similar to sea anemone, but tube-dwelling animals are known for solitary and living water in soft sediments. And then, we present ang life cycle of corals. First, diba nakita mo dyan yung kani? When coral use energy to produce gametes, gametes are produced through meiosis. What is meiosis? Kaning meiosis kay all sexually reproductive organ kanang mukuan na sila og kanang sperm cell o egg cell kanang mupagawas sa dito sila mo ni sila nga matured na ang corals when mupagawas sila og sperm cell o egg cell. So the second one is when the environmental conditions are right, corals release their gametes into the water column. So, mo-release na sila o ganang gametes sa tubig. The gametes float the surface because they are positively buoyant. Makakuan na siya sa tubig, makalutor bitaw. External fertilization takes place between male and female gametes. Then, number 3, kaningin na siya. The egg is now fertilized and begins to develop. I-develop na siya. Then the fertilized egg called zygote. During the phase, the zygote drifts into the current. Magkunkuan na siya sa current. Then the number 4, the number 4, the zygote continues to drift, begins to go through cell division. This type of subdivision is called mitosis. After the first division, there are two cells. What is the dependency? Each of 2 cells undergo mitosis, creating 4 new cells. So, multiply na siya. Then, mo na siya 4. These cells continue to go through mitosis, dividing over and over again, creating an embryo. So, kalingan na siya kuan, mahimo na siyang kani. The larva from called planula, kani mo ni planula. The planula is a type of zooplankton. In this case, it's coral plankton. Coral plankton na siya. This planula is able to maneuver by the cilia that covers into the body. Kani siya bitaw kanina yung mga tunog-tunog, mo ni pangalan siya, mo ni nga cilia. Kanang cilia, mo ni siya able to move into the water bitaw. These planulae are microscopic, and although they have the ability to move, they are not strong enough to swim against the current. During this phase, the planula is looking for suitable solid substrate to settle on. So, kanina pa niya planula, mo ni mangita niya siya o kanang kaiyang kataptan. When the planula settles on a hard substrate and begins undergoing metamorphosis, any metamorphosis occurs when an organism develops from juvenile to an adult. Number 8, kay juvenile polyp na siya begins to lay down a calcium carbonate perlite. If the coral is colonial, then the polyp will go through asexual reproduction. From more polyps expanding the size of coral colony and increasing the number of coral polyps. When the adult polyp becomes sexually matured, the life cycle will begin over and over again. And then this is the life cycle of sea anemone. Pare-pareha naman sila. Kani mo na si adult stage, si anemone, fertilize of egg, release of egg, then kung ma-fertilize na ganyang egg, mahimo na siyang planula, then ang planula, mahimo na siyang polyp, then kanang polyp, mukha na po siya sa young sea anemone, then mahimo na po siyang adult, then fertilize egg, balik-balik na siya cycle. Okay. How do coral reproduce? Coral reproduce through asexual and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction only requires one parent. The daughter organisms have identical genome to its parent. Coral reproduce asexually mainly by fragmentation and budding. So, asexual reproduction are two types: fragmentation and budding. So, I present here sexual reproduction, asexual and sexual reproduction. So, first, fragmentation ako na-present din din, pero duha ni sila budding and fragmentation. So, first, what is budding? So, all the colonial corals have used budding for asexual reproduction. All small bud-like projection grows out of the parent polyp, and their bud gradually grows and bigger and bigger. Then the bud break off, then the parents to form an independent polyp. Then, ang fragmentation is mabroken siya. Ang fragmentation, mabroken siya tungkol sa kanang mga human disturbances, mga storms. Kaya if kusog ang bud sa ilang, then mga gubad dyan ang kanang mga corals, then kanang mga na-break na corals, muna po rin mutubo into another corals. So, I present here the fragmentation or what I budding. So, fragmentation, ang fragmentation, dinhay na break na kuan siya sa storm. Then, mauna ni kuan na siya, diri, nabungkag. So, kanina nabungkag nga, kanang hiwalay, muna po rin mutubo nga another corals. And identical is siya kay one parent naman iyang bigikanan. And same to the body ha kanang ramya mutubo siya niya, murang mo separate siya sa parents, then identical hapon siya kay parehas ng iyang parents. So, Next is sexual reproduction. So what is sexual reproduction? Starts with the sperm and egg cell reproduction. The majority of coral species are hermaphroditic, meaning they are produce both sperm and egg individually. So, kanina yung sexual reproduction kay present si egg cell and si sperm cell. So, kanina si male coral mo pagawa siya og sperm cell and si female corals kay mo pagawa siya og egg cell. Then when magtabo na sila, when the fertilization happen, mahimo na siyang larvae. Then inuman sa larvae, mahimo na siyang juvenile. Then kakuan kay genetically different na siya kay duha man iyang parents. Then the sea anemone. Also, sea anemone is the same purpose sila, sexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So, kani sexual reproduction, present po ni si budding and si fission. Fission is where the sea anemone split into or more individuals. Kanang sea anemone, palayo siya sa iyang parents, then mo na po siya nga sea anemone. So, mo ni si kanang adult na si anemone, then anemone with pedal lacerates, then alagay bubuwag na siya ni kana sa iyang mother, then mahimo na po siyang pedal lacerates, then yung anemone basta kay kuha ko na siya. Then sexual reproduction, same na gawin sa corals, na present si sperm cell and si egg cell. Then this is the adult. Then mo fertilize yung egg. When the fertilization happen, mahimo na siyang embryo. Then kanang magkuan-kuan na gapon na siya, mahimo na siyang larvae, then So, economic importance of corals and sea anemone. Corals supports job and businesses through tourism and recreation. So, di ba kanang sea anemone and corals, daghan man mo dive, di ba, to kanang kuan sila sa ilang kay punta na sila punta na sila sa mga corals, then corals considered key to finding new medicine, food, and fishing.
Example.
Based on my research, mo na dyan siya yung gawas ng medicine. Then, food and fishing. So, kaya ba naman tali ba nga corals, kay anha dyan mamuyo ang mga species, like, anha sila mo reproduce. Then, mo lang, magkadaghan ang isda because of the corals and kuan. Kay mo may lang habitat na kay sa isda, habitat rather. Then magkadaghan ang isda, mo ni kuhaon sa mga tao, then the source of food. Mo na sea anemone provide aesthetic benefits to human in terms of their beauty of color and forms. Ecological importance. Help in conserving aquatic biodiversity. So, diba kaya walang puta ng corals na ito na as I said earlier. Having symbiotic relationship with so many fishes, algae, and crustaceans. So, this is the part of the corals. So, this is the mouth of the corals. Then, this is the zooxanthellae. As I said earlier, kaning zooxanthellae is the microscopic algae, and that algae is called zooxanthellae. Then this is the tentacles. They use tentacles to capture food and for defense. Then this is the polyp and for life. And this is the threats. These are the threats. Pollution. Muna yung threats sa corals and sea animal because pollution, grabe ang pollution because of yung happen sa mga tao and mga oil spills. Ang oil spills mo na pollution po na sa dagat nga makadaog sa mga kumaan. Then sedimentation, so unsustainable fishing practices. So, one mga appear na unsustainable fishing practices rather. Okay, di ba managat ang mga tao? Then magamit sila dynamite. Ang dynamite which is kanang makagubad dyan sa lang. Okay, yeah. Makadamage siya sa corals. Then, sunod, climate change. Ang pag-usog-usog sa ang climate change, kung grabe ang kainit sa panahon, kanang high temperature siya, then high temperature na siya, high temperature ang dagat, then nakanang kuhan, mukha sa coral bleaching. Kanang coral bleaching kay di ingon sa namatay ang kanang corals. Kaya kanang kuhan ang corals because kanang ang ihang mga kuhan kay tungod sa kainit ning kuhan bitaw mamatay. Hindi, aside of research, wala na siya mamatay. Na white na siya. The white coral bleaching. Isip lang ako dito. Storm. Kaning storm, kanang natural na ni siya. Kaya di man siya sila. Then, ang predators. Ano ba na? Disease. Disease sa mga corals and sea animals. There are laws protecting corals and sea animals. First is Endangered Species Act in 1973 provides a framework to conserve and protect endangered and threatened species and their habitats. More than 25 coral species are listed as threatened or endangered. Second is the Lacey Act, enacted in 1900s but expanded in 2008, bans trafficking in fish, wildlife, or plants that are illegally taken, possessed, transported, or sold. Kaya si Lacey Act, kaya kanang iba nila ang itong panguhaw ka ng pinagbabawa na. Then, third is Coastal Zone Management Act in 1972 provides for the management of the nation's coastal resources, including coral reefs. The goal is to preserve, protect, develop, and where possible to restore or enhance the resources of the nation's coastal zone. And the last one is the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora in 1973. This is the most well-known international treaty and protects endangered plants and animals from the threats of international trade. And this is the current status of sea anemone and corals. More than 75% of the coral reefs in the Atlantic are threatened. In over 20 centuries, countries and territories in this region, all coral reefs are rated as threatened. So 75% of the coral reefs are threatened. Though sea animals are not endangered. Pollution, overcollection, trampling by careless visitors, and other human activity can have a negative effect on them. And that's all. Thank you.